What's up, everybody? This is the Sports League Podcast. Back for another week. I'm your host, Alex Leak. We got the co-host, Amanda. Great to have you back on. As always, Amanda retook her one-game lead on me this week, so I'll have to erase that.
Listen, the only thing that mattered this week is that I finally picked an Atlanta Falcons game, right? Finally, I did not go 0-8 in Atlanta games, guys. I argued with my quarter and I got it right. I'm stoked, okay? That's all I
Yeah.
care about.
Yeah, you went against the quarter, but it worked out for you. Abe, great to have you back on. Triple A, All Pro Abe, ready to talk some football. Week 9 recap, and this was also the trade deadline week, so lots to get to, and we'll get to this. So, Abe, me and Amanda talked about the Ravens Dolphins game. You haven't had a chance to yet. The Ravens blow out the Dolphins 28-6. Baltimore seems to be finding themselves two-game winning streak. Do you think they're only 2 games back in that division? Do you think the Ravens can get back into it here soon?
I think it's possible. I still don't think they're a Super Bowl caliber team. I think that defense is going to be a lack for them this year. Hamilton's coming off and just playing like great since he started playing on the line and blitzing. And he was in the backfield for Miami the whole time. I'm not sure if that's going to work for every other team they play in the rest of the way, but definitely having Lamar Jackson back is a
Yeah.
big push for them, and that opens up a lot of stuff for that team.
And Amanda, on the Dolphins side, they fire the GM, Chris Greer. Tua looked bad. Mike McDaniel looks on the way out. They trade away Jalen Phillips to the Eagles. What do you think the next step is in Miami? Do you think we're looking at a complete rebuild?
I think they have to. Like, what other option is there at this point? Like, everyone looks so burnt out, so disheartened. Like, it's crazy to me that they haven't fired the coach and they've committed to him being there through the season. And it's just so funny to me that like the GM was there, like, oh, this is what we're gonna do. Like, I'm sure he was ready to go. Like, he has been there in various positions. Like, he started as a scout. He's been there for 25 years, a quarter of a century. I bet he was begging to get out of Miami. Like, he was out the door anyway, and I feel like they just wanted to like make a move.
I was hoping some teams were going to trade for wide receiver Jalen Waddle, but the Dolphins wanted a first round pick back for him, so no team agreed to it. I would have loved to see the Steelers or somebody get him, but
There's definitely some wide receiver needy teams, but I think a first round pick is too high of an ask.
yeah, yeah. So we'll see what happens with those teams going forward. The Ravens get Draymond Jones from the Titans. He's had 4.5 sacks in his last 4 games, so we'll see if that can add anything to it. Abe, what did you think? Bengals and Bears was an absolute wild game, a 47-42 shootout win for the Bears. Um, what do you think of the Bengals, Abe? Joe Flacco's come over there and he throws for a career high yards. He's getting those receivers the ball, but that defense can't stop anybody. They're 3-6 now. Is there any way they can tread water until Joe Burrow gets back in December, or do you think this season, because of that defense, they're kind of screwed?
I don't think the season for either one of these teams are screwed because these are the teams we respect. I think me and Amanda see like you're a Chicago fan, so you think, oh my God, we did great. We're like this Chicago and Cincinnati. This is a high scoring game, whether they had good defense or not. Both teams lack a lot of stuff that's needed. Like both teams are just two empty teams playing with great players with names on it, but they don't have like a team chemistry that you think can go further in the playoffs. Neither one of these teams. I think Joe Flacco is making another mark in his legacy from how he's playing, but also it's showing that Joe Burrow might not be the great Joe Burrow we think. So it's a lot of things that you got to correlate in this because if Joe Burrow would have played, would they have 56 points, but their defense would have still sucked? Or if Joe Burrow would have played, would he have took 10 sacks? It's like you don't know. Like I said, it is what it is. This game. This game was not exciting at all. I'm sorry. But
I think the last 5 minutes were fun. My issue is like, yeah, Joe Flacco threw for 470 yards. He threw two picks. They had four
Yeah.
touchdowns and two picks. Like they put up 42 points. Joe Burrow or not, it's not gonna matter when the defense is letting the opposing team put up almost 50. Like 47 points is almost impossible to overcome. Like you look at the teams that have been doing well, like this season there are so many teams that are so good on offense and awful on defense or vice versa. Like this year, we need to just mix all the offenses in a hat and all the good defenses and just rematch them because like you look at like teams tying with 40 points each. Like that's ridiculous. Like where is the
Yeah.
defense? And then I mean, there were 90 points scored in this game. That's disgusting. Like where are the defenses, guys?
Yeah, and Amanda, it's not getting any better with the Bengals trading away linebacker Logan Wilson. So I don't see that defense getting any better. The Bears trade for defensive end Joe Tryon Shoyinka. Amanda, when you look at the Bears, they're 5-3. They're competitive. The defense isn't, they're the pass rush isn't that good, but that NFC North is so close right now. How do you
It
see the
is
North
it
looking?
is crazy how good that NFC North is compared to the rest of the NFL. Like the NFC is so good this season. Like you look at how many teams are well above 500, but I mean that division is just numerically they look so good, but every team has such glaring issues.
Yeah.
Like every time I'm like, "Oh, we've got the best division." Like the Bears let the Bengals put up 42 points. The Packers lose to the Panthers. Like the Lions look very questionable. Like our stats are good, but the actual play and watching games, there are huge red flags from all four teams. So it's a very strange year as far as like schedules and ease of schedule and like when other teams don't show up.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting who gets healthy late in the year, who starts playing their best football and can, hopefully take some positive momentum into the playoffs. Um, but yeah, I mean, really interesting. And let's go. So, Abe, the Vikings and the Lions, the Vikings shocked a lot of people going into Detroit, winning 27-24. And JJ McCarthy, who, a lot of people thought kind of got soft benched after that injury, he came out and he looked pretty good. He made the throws, in the end zone. He had touchdowns, 3 touchdown passes, and then he completed that pass at the end of the game to seal it. Were you impressed with how JJ McCarthy looked?
Not at all. I was very unimpressed about how Detroit played. It's like they'll
Yeah.
come off a great win, they'll play like monstrous defense, they'll give Aiden Hutchinson all this money, and then you come to a Minnesota team, which I think they think like we think, oh, we're gonna beat them, and it's like
Yeah.
this is not this league this year. This league this year, you have to come and give your A game every game, but it's like everybody's just set up to fail. Like it's like you'll have a great game and then they'll come back and then they'll play. And I'm watching the game and I'm just like, where is the excitement? Like this is not even a Detroit team that I'm used to seeing, but you saw Minnesota had excitement. I think the guy was trying to talk to Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson just walking away like, man, he was trying, yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
Justin was like, man, I ain't worrying about your little ass. Like talking all
How
this trash, I don't even care. Like.
how was that not a taunting? He was chirping at him for like 30 full seconds across the entire length of the field. That wasn't a taunting? Like I think taunting penalties are stupid, but like is that not what it is?
Well, and that's
That,
the issue with taunting is they pick and choose when to call it. They won't call it all season long, and then they'll call it in the AFC Championship game in a pivotal moment. You know what I mean?
We had a guy pretend to hand his opponent a football after getting a first down, and that was a taunting.
That was ridiculous.
Like
Yeah.
I don't like the lack of structure in their penalties with some of these. Like it needs to be set and specific.
not taunting.
Yeah.
No,
The,
Not,
no, that's too many
that,
pumps.
the
Two pumps.
not
flag.
Two pumps got a penalty this
amazing
week.
pump. It's not
One
taunting.
pump. Only one
Not,
pump allowed. I will say something though about this Minnesota team. Not that we talk about special teams very often as people who pay attention to this. The Vikings have the number one special teams ranking in the NFL
Yeah.
right now. Like the blocked field goal, some of that like sneaky stuff can help turn the momentum of a game. But I mean, the Lions lost this game by 3 points. They had a blocked field goal. Minnesota special teams is out there and they're contributing in small and very subtle ways, but it's been working for them.
Yeah, I loved what the Vikings did. The defense, Brian Flores had a great game plan. They pressured Jared Goff and they limited the Lions' run game, which was crazy to me. The blocked field goal was huge. And then they got Aaron Jones in the running game going early too, which helped JJ McCarthy get comfortable. So great job by the Vikings. Big road win. And hopefully that can get them back where they need to be. For Detroit, they'll be all right. They're at the Commanders next week. They should be able to take care of business there. Ravens Vikings is going to be a big game in week 10. Amanda, your Packers, they're wearing the old school Navy jerseys with the leather helmet look. but they didn't back it up in this game. You were excited because Xavier McKinney finally got an interception, but what happened in this game?
So I think the Packers are if I wasn't a Packers fan, they would be my favorite team to watch this year because week to week, they could go up against the 85 Bears defense and beat them, or they could lose to the 0 and 15 Lions. It just depends on who shows up each week. Like they're so inconsistent and entertaining. It's like Jordan Love is either going to throw the most beautiful thread the needle touchdown pass you've ever seen, or he's going to throw the ugliest pick you've ever seen that even Tool would be like, "What the fuck?" Like
Yeah, and the triple coverage on that one.
it's crazy. I don't know. Packers lack so many things. Like we were joking today. You're like, "Yeah, they need a wide receiver." And did you say cornerback? I think was your second option for the Packers before the trade deadline. I was like, "We need Santa's list." Like we have
and
so many holes, so many gaps. But they're just inconsistent. Like
it Yeah, and it sucks that Tucker Kraft goes down. That's a huge loss.
I will
Um,
say though, the last time we lost a dramatic tight end who was breaking out and having a beautiful career, in week 9, it was Jermichael Finley, and we won a Super Bowl that year. So not going to jinx
Everything's
it, but
lining up.
there's some
Abe,
suspicious similarities between that season and this one.
Abe, you've got a good eye on the NFC South. You pay attention to that division a lot. The Panthers are above 500. They're 5-4, an impressive road win in Lambeau. Their rookie kicker hits the game winner as time expires from 49 yards. Bryce Young seems to provide a spark to this team. And that two-headed, well, better than Andy Dalton at least.
I
And
was
that
gonna say he
two-headed,
threw zero interceptions and or zero touchdowns and one interception. Don't put any of this on Bryce Young. This
but those
team's
two running
success
backs.
is all Rico Dowdle.
Yes, Rico Dowdle, and so are you believing in these Panthers at all, Abe?
No, not at all. It's just I really feel like when people see the Panthers or they see certain teams, they just don't play up to caliber. Even with the Vikings when they played Detroit, I think like I don't know what's going on during the week, but I know how it is to relax when you have a team coming. Like so, oh, like back when I was younger, it was the Saints. Oh, we got the Saints. You know, then when I got to Atlanta, it was like, damn, the Saints. We can't brush the Saints off. Or like we played Oakland, and it seemed like they're looking and they're going through their stuff, and they're like, well, we got this team. And sometimes what teams will do, you'll mix in plays from the next week
Hmm.
and then you really won't pay attention to the team you have in front of you. You know, if you have a more important game coming up, if I'm Green Bay, I'm thinking like Michael Carter, I think I'm gonna have about 4, 5 sacks. You know, so they're going in there thinking, and your preparation doesn't be as serious as it needs to be, and that's what I see. And then when I see these like how these teams are balanced, we'll see a team we're told to be like they supposed to win this game, and they'll lose, and they won't lose like just from a fluke play. They'll lose just terribly. They won't come play well. Like the whole team just seems flat. It's like nothing. And I just felt like, but also, I can say this. Sometimes, like Amanda said, it's literally about who you're going against. Like the one-on-one stuff that we really don't see. Like Dodo, he's the guy. Like if they had Chubb back there, Hubby, if Chubb Herbert, if he'd have been back there, they might would have lost. So
Yeah.
it's like it's crazy. Like this NFL, like I said, I tell everybody, it's weird to me this year. I don't even feel like I play football anymore. It's just like I don't know. People be, like you come to me like, hey John, what you feel like this? I said, I have no clue, and I'm dead serious. What's going on in
No
Atlanta?
idea. Yeah.
No clue. Like, don't ask me.
So I would fully buy into that and agree with that and kind of excuse Green Bay like, oh, they were looking past Carolina. Carolina's not generally a 500 team coming into week 9, but they're more competitive this year. But my issue is we already used that excuse for Cleveland. And this was
Yeah.
the exact same game, just 3 points more. Like we lost that one 13 to 10. This one was 16 to 13. Like we used that excuse. And on Halloween, they were like, hey, did you guys do costumes and stuff? And the coach was like, we don't give a shit about Halloween. We're focused on the game. Were you focused on the game? Like skipping Halloween, not dressing up, not having any fun didn't seem to help y'all pay attention and actually be competitive against a opponent you considered weak. Like we've now lost to the Browns and the Panthers. Like of all the teams in the NFL, that's who we're going to drop games to.
And Amanda, did you see Greg Olson's comments about
Oh,
this team post game? I was a little bit confused because he's saying that he's blaming Matt LaFleur for the loss, and he's saying that they need to use Jordan Love more. And in my opinion, Josh Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson have been I would be feeding Josh Jacobs as much as possible. He didn't have as good of a game as he should. I was confused by his comments on that.
I feel like Jordan Love any other week, but like this was his worst performance of the season. Like he was
Yeah.
awful.
On
I
his
feel like
birthday, too. It was weird.
generally, yeah, give him some opportunities to throw some deep balls, but I mean, this game just got away from him. I feel like relying on the run game and fixing our O-line. We've had so many O-line injuries. Like Jordan Love isn't having the time that he needs, and our run game has just been lackluster. Like the reason we were so competitive last year was Josh Jacobs, but I'm not seeing those numbers to push through. Like we've lost 2 games by 3 points.
Yeah. And so this is a big test for Green Bay. We say Green Bay, no shows on games they think they should win easily, but they step up and win big games. Well, next week they got the Philadelphia Eagles coming to town. If they win that, that'll shut up all the haters. But that's an important game for Green Bay
Yeah,
to
our
see how
upcoming
they.
schedule is rough. Our next
Yeah.
5 games suck. We've got Eagles, Giants, Vikings, Lions, Bears.
Well, you can beat the Giants.
Who's
But
scheduled?
but they're all competitive teams.
Yeah, that's
Tennessee team.
true. Yeah. Real quick, Chargers Titans. The Chargers win 27-20. Abe, this was like quietly kind of close for a while. The Titans were up 14-7. Good job by the Chargers of getting the win. Um, what do you see when you look at this Chargers team? The AFC West, the AFC in general is very competitive. Do you think the Chargers with Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert can go on a deep playoff run, or how do you see them right now?
Not at all. If you're playing Tennessee, I'm sorry, you're playing Tennessee like this, not at all. And Tennessee, like that's what we like. Literally, we were just talking about with the other game. It's like Tennessee is a team that if you're the Chargers, it shouldn't be a worry game. It should be one of those games in the fourth quarter, all your starters sitting down, everybody chilling, things like that. Like like I said, I'm so confused about the NFL this year because I know the matchups are good and everyone's a pro. But when it comes to games like this, it shouldn't be nervousness. Like it should be a game that you come compete, win, beat, go home. You know what I mean? It should be
Mm-hmm.
one of those games. You're playing the Titans and you're making it look like that's why like I was on Herbert Dick for a little while. Herbert the man, Herbert's gonna be the shit. Now I'm like, eh. And then you even text me like, yo, he loves offensive linemen. I said, no, he loves his quarterbacks. He want to make sure his quarterbacks are taken care of, so he went and got another offensive lineman. But they don't look stunning to me. Like there's better teams in the AFC, definitely. I can't see them Kansas City, and if a Baltimore good team comes around, I can't see the Chargers being in that mix.
Well, Amanda, they're going to be getting Omarion Hampton back at some point, so that'll be a boost. They trade for Trevor Penning from the Saints, so you plug him into that offensive line with Joe Alt back. Do you think the Chargers can figure it out and get healthy and get right for the second half of the season?
I mean, they're seventh ranked in strength of schedule for the remainder of the season. So they're going to have
Mhm.
a hard time doing that. I do think they have enough individual talent on the team. I think it comes down to scheming and just timing things right. I think they made the right moves before the trade deadline. So I'm interested to see if they pay off, but it's a really weird year and it's really competitive. So maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to get a grip on the AFC West. The Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Broncos. All those teams are up and down, and you're just not sure.
Yeah, I like
But
that. It's week 9 and we've only eliminated one team from that division.
yeah, but rookie Oronda Gadsden continues to ball out, and it's cool to see him do his thing.
Do you think his dad's
Um,
taken him off the fantasy bench yet?
yeah, I would hope so. Three weeks in a row, he's been balling. Abe, let's talk about your Falcons. They lose to the Patriots 24-23, but extremely competitive. Drake London goes crazy with 3 receiving touchdowns. And that damn kicker, Parker Romo, screwed you guys in the end, huh?
No, it was okay. The score to me didn't really show the game. The game was well manufactured, I guess you can say, but New England didn't play with the aggression I thought they was going to. I thought I was
Yeah.
looking for a better New England team. It's like because if you watch, like when they got a certain lead, he just started running the ball. I didn't feel like the head coach really cared about like really playing football. It's more like let's just keep them off the field, let's run the clock at the end of the game. And it was like they ain't even trying to throw the ball or do anything amazing. Now, like the play calling at the end of the game was weird because I'm used to him being more aggressive, and it was kind of like he was like, "I'm gonna give it to them to win, so let them mess up." It had nothing. It literally felt like at the end of the game, it was just he was like, "Look, man, we ain't making no crazy calls. This the Falcons. We're gonna let them, f they self if you want to say that." Like if you watch the game, it really looked that way. And then Romo missed the kick, which people can say it's because of the kicker, but if you watch the whole game, like it just looked like New England knew they were going to win the game. It's like it's just like
Yeah,
he
they seemed
literally,
very relaxed.
yeah. Look how calm the coach was calm the whole time. And it's like it was like no aggression to try to score again. It was just like all right, we got the ball back. Okay, cool. Get back to them. I said they punting. I'm like, wow, sheesh.
I am so intrigued to see how New England does if they, I mean, they should, absolutely. It should be a cakewalk to the postseason for them. But they've had the easiest schedule so far, and they have the easiest remaining schedule based on
Yeah.
win percentages of their opponents. I am so intrigued to see, I'm assuming they're just gonna run the table pretty much for the rest of the season. I can see them getting absolutely hammered in the postseason though. Like I just it seems like it's almost too easy for them. I feel like they're not taking opponents seriously. Like this is Atlanta you're playing. Like beat up on them a little bit. Like run up the scorebook, drop
That's
40. Like it was
that's
a great
exactly
opportunity.
that's exactly what I was trying to say. Like
Yeah.
this is yeah. It was just like at the end, it was just like he was okay. We good. We scored enough. That's all we need. We good. We good.
And their lack of celebration at the end. Like there was a
Yeah,
missed kick, they won, and they were like, all right, anyway, locker room. Like they didn't seem to care that they won. Like it was expected the whole time. I just think they're a little too complacent with their winning schedule, even though it's been the easiest schedule so far. Like I feel like
right.
they need to put up more points and get ready for an actual opponent because if they make it to the postseason, it's going to be a completely different world.
Yeah, that's true. But I think they're taking advantage of the easy schedule. There's nothing you can do about that. And I think Vrabel will have them ready to go in the playoffs. He's a great coach around that time of year. The biggest thing is just win the division because Buffalo's going to be coming. They're going to make it interesting late. But if you can win the division, host a playoff game, that will have great vibes in New England. Uh, and we know the regular season is such a week to week league. Maybe they kind of look past the Falcons a little bit here. And they can't look past next week, Amanda. The Patriots at the Bucks and Baker Mayfield. That's going to be a fun game.
I'm so excited. I mean, you just mentioned their only two challenging games for the rest of the season, Buffalo and the
Yeah,
Bucks.
yeah.
I don't know what's going on with the Bucks. I mean, they had a bye week. It was timed well, but they also have some red flags. Like you look at how close some of their games have been, and their losses have been very concerning. I do think a bye week was needed, and I expect to see some spicy Baker, which is my favorite flavor of Baker. So I'm excited for that matchup. There's a lot of energy in both of those teams, so I feel like it's going to be scrappy.
Abe, the 49ers take care of business in New York against the Giants, 34-24. Christian McCaffrey gets back to his old ways. Good win, but man, the 49ers just can't stay out of their own way injury wise. They lose rookie defensive end Michael Williams for the season. It's just every week they're losing someone every week. It's at some point this team's gonna fall apart, but they just keep winning too. It's so hard to figure out, John.
Well, I like dark. I don't. I sound like a little kid, right? I like dark. Like you said all that. Said I like dark, but I like the Giants team now. Losing Cam is definitely big, but I love how Dark plays the game. I like how they look on film. We don't. I don't. If they don't win another game this year, I'm sure Dabo has his job is solidified because they have a quarterback they can depend on. So looking at the criteria of what they have going, when they get Cam back next year, when they get the D line to really play how they play, because the D line played great. Like, I mean, the D line really played
So
good,
good.
and they have like literally four good guys that can rush the passer on their D line. Shout out to my old teammate and coach Brian Cox for putting them guys out like that because they got them looking really good. And I am really like for the next 2 or 3 years thinking about how good this team really is going to be. When they really get Dart to really knowing how to play quarterback, and now he's like he's a rookie, so they want him to run the ball and do all this extra stuff. It's kind of like when you looked at Roethlisberger when he first got in the league, he was running the ball, making all the great plays. But then his second year, he really became a quarterback. He came to set in the pocket, made those good plays. They take sacks sometimes, when to throw the ball away. So it's going to be interesting to see him through the offseason and him getting around, like who he gets around to make him a better quarterback. Because this team can be very well, just like a couple of little small things on the offensive line that'll help him out and things like that. But I can see this team being very good in a few years.
Yeah, Dart put up great numbers, and he's got like Darius Slayton dropping balls and Theo Johnson dropping balls. He needs more help around him, a lack of running game without Cam Scatterboo. And so it's very encouraging what he's been doing. But Amanda, you like to joke about it all season long with these 49er injuries, but yet they keep on winning.
I mean, I thought they were going to win this matchup, but it's crazy to me that we have their old players on other teams dropping now for the Christian McCaffrey sacrifice. I mean, at least they're winning games. Like you keep losing players like this, like the jokes about the team sacrificing everyone but McCaffrey, like they don't seem like they're jokes anymore. But I agree with everything Abe said about this Giant team. Like I think they're good. I think they have a lot of talent. Do they have some issues? Do they have some things they're going to work out? Yes. Do I think Dart needs to develop a little bit more before he's kind of orchestrating plays and seeing the field all at once? Yeah, but I mean, their upside is huge. Like I'm fully with Abe on this. I think regardless of what happens for the rest of the season, they could lose out, and I'd still be excited about the talent and the energy and like the growth potential for this team.
Yeah, for sure. Abe, a big what if. The 49ers were trying to trade with the Jets for Jermaine Johnson, but couldn't agree on a deal. The Jets wanted, I think, a second round pick, and the 49ers weren't willing to give that up. That would have been crazy to reunite him with Robert Saleh.
Yeah, I mean, Jermaine Johnson has played well, but I don't know if he's like. I think I overanalyze some defensive linemen because I look at numbers a little too much sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be the change that you need. He's a good player, he's a solid player, but it's not a Michael Parsons trade. It's not a guy that can easily come in and is going to upgrade that defense to 10 sacks for the rest of the year or something amazing like that. So not getting that is pretty cool. And he's also coming back from an injury. He's also trying to make his way back into being a better player. It definitely would have been a nice fit for him because he already knows Salah. But there were only a couple trades that really got me interested, and he would not have been one.
Yeah, some real good trades to talk about here in a few that were very exciting today on with the trade deadline. Let's talk about Colts at Steelers, and I gotta pat myself on the back. Me and Amanda did our game picks, and I was like, I don't know how, but some way the Steelers are gonna find a way to win this game. And I was like, for the love of Christ, T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, that defense, make some plays, force some turnovers. And boy, did they listen to me. 6 turnovers on the game. They shut down Jonathan Taylor. They got Daniel Jones with 5 turnovers by him. Great job by T.J. Watt. Abe, do you think this Steelers team, Aaron Rodgers has the most touchdowns in the NFL? The defense, if the defense can play like that, this can be a Super Bowl team. But do you think they're capable of doing that consistently?
No, hell no. Okay, you can have one good game and it definitely can turn your season around. I just feel like, oh boy had a bad game, man. The D-line didn't show. I mean, the D-line showed up. The offensive line didn't show up for them. He held the ball a lot. Daniel Jones, he held the ball a lot longer than he usually does. And you've seen it. Yeah. That's how they were able to get to him. They didn't try to chip on TJ at all. And I'm looking like, dude, I would love to be out there. That just like if you're not getting chipped, like rarely getting chipped and double on, and he was able to play how he played. Aaron Rodgers is being Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's amazing to see compared to 2 years ago. They were saying his career was over with in New York, and now he's out there playing. Just people don't understand like being comfortable in a position means a lot. I mean, y'all understand like just in life, whether you come home with this, you might do on this. So him being comfortable there, and you can see that he's doing what he wants, And you can tell, like I keep that. Well, that's why I always tell like people say, "What's wrong with me?" I said the coaches need to talk to their player, ask them what they want to do. You see them out there smiling, even when they lose. You see them out there smiling for a good play. You see them, interacting with the players. You didn't see that much in New York. You saw it at first, but now you see it's like a camaraderie thing. Like, I'm not doing this just because I'm trying to fit in. I'm not trying to make my owner happy. I'm not trying to make the coach happy. I'm just trying to out here exist. And that's what he's doing. He's not worrying about the next game. He's not worrying about next year. He's playing well. And his surrounding cast is playing great. Like his surrounding cast is playing great. And it's tough. It's tough. It's tough when you don't have that. The O line, and I tell people all the time, with the Jets, he didn't have that. And usually you don't want to be the guy that end this guy's career. Like, think about, like there are a lot of quarterbacks out here. Like Tom Brady was not going to get hit because I'm not going to be the guy to end his career. You're not going to say I got beaten. I'm on film for the rest of my career. Talking about, oh yeah,
Going in the history books as the man who took out Tom Brady. Ugh.
exactly. You think about stuff like that, like Joe Theismann. Whoever LT beat, that tackle is like the worst guy in the world. Like, dude, you let him beat me. Like Steve Young. Whoever that guy beat, dude, you ended Steve Young's career. Like, it's so much. Troy Aikman, so many other guys. But when you have a great quarterback like Drew Brees didn't get sacked much because his whole line was like, you ain't touching Drew. You know what I mean? So I think that's what he has. And I think that's the basis that makes him a great team.
Amanda, the Colts, humbling loss, a statement win for the Steelers, but they're 7-2, and they don't waste any time getting better. They go on the trade deadline and trade for Sauce Gardner. So as a Colts fan, you gotta be feeling, even though you just had a bad loss and turned the ball over a ton, bring in Sauce Gardner, and you gotta be feeling excited and optimistic about the future.
I am loving everything that is happening with Colts ownership right now. Like being on the sideline with the headset on, making notes, making big moves. Like you can tell she doesn't care about picks. She's like, I'm going to make this team good now. We will sort it out in the future when we get there. Like the fact that she is all in and like look at how much ch has changed since
Yeah,
she's stepped in. She's on the sidelines every game. I mean, a huge shout out to the effect ownership and good management can have on a team. Because, like, if you had
yeah.
said, hey, Daniel Jones and the Colts are going to be competitive next year, I would have laughed you off the podcast. Like, I think they're playing really well. I think it was a rough game for them. The O-line, they had some illnesses and some injuries on the O-line, so I think it wasn't giving Daniel Jones the comfort he's used to. And I do think Aaron Rodgers with a chip on his shoulder plays really well. And he was probably, I'm sure he wasn't upset that his, mentee beat him last week, but Aaron Rodgers doesn't like to lose. So I feel like he came into this spicy and that probably wore off. I mean, the Steelers did not show up last week. They did not play well. So I feel like this was a bit of a like, all right, let's take it out on this team. We were pissed off last week. This team's got a great record. Let's show up and get everybody to shut up about us. And I feel
Yeah.
like it was effective and it was a great timed game. I don't think the Colts season is over. I don't think I'm going to write them off yet. But I mean, the Steelers played a fantastic game. But where has this defense been all season?
Yeah, it was about time they showed up, but it was a great win. It was a huge win because they would have been on a 3-game losing streak, and at 4-4, they really needed it, and it was a statement win. So good job by the Steelers. But Abe, Sauce Gardner to the Colts, does that add a whole new element to that team?
Yeah. We was talking about the little thing that Amanda sent, like the little text message they said that little text thread. But like he brings a different type of mentality to a team. Not just him being all pro. He has that poise. He has like that cornerback stature. He reminds me of kind of like Patrick Peterson. Like Patrick Peterson was one of those guys. He didn't boast and brag about the stuff he did. He just did his job. And since I've been watching Sauce, he's been doing his job. And think about being with Daniel Jones. Both of y'all leaving New York and both of y'all coming to Indy. Y'all have a little connection. Even though it's not the same team, that connection is there. Like, dude, we used to eat here, we used to eat there. They're going to go and be friends really quick. And you're going to understand that me and you are the leaders of this team now. We know you just got here, Sauce, but this is your defense now. So regardless of whoever doing this, like this need to be the best side of the team right now. And it's good when you have players competing on which side of the ball people can talk about. Are they going to talk about the defense or are they going to talk about the offense? And if I'm the owner, I'm happy as a mug that I got somebody, even though you got two first round picks, but like you got Sauce and he's going to be there for a long time because that's the kind of player he is. And like I said, I like him because you don't hear about him getting in trouble. You don't hear about him being like doing crazy stuff. Even like you don't ever hear him throwing people on the bus. He just kind of comes to work, does his thing, like let everybody know my name says enough for me. Sauce, that's it. Y'all got to do much.
Yeah, 100%. And as excited the Colts fans and the Colts team are to get a shiny new toy on the roster at the trade deadline, I would have loved and I would call in for a while for the Steelers to do something, whether that was go get a wide receiver too, like Rashid Shaheed or Jalen Waddle or even Brees Hall, a running back, something to be a boost for the second half of the season. But the Steelers weren't able to get any of that done. And so I'm a little bit frustrated with that, with Steelers being my Super Bowl champion pick in the preseason. So come on, Steelers, you could have helped me out a little bit. But
Well,
anyways,
You
so if you guys believe in the NFL script writing thing, I love the idea of the Packers, you being right about your Super Bowl pick, and the Packers beating the Steelers in the regular season, them meeting back up in the Super Bowl, Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers walking out with a Ray Lewis, this is going to be my last season, winning a Super Bowl as his last game. If the script writers have choreographed that, I'm cool with it.
I can't. I hope he doesn't retire after this year. Even if he wins a Super Bowl, I'd like to see him come back. I like his
Yeah.
energy.
He's having too much fun. Don't retire.
Yeah, yeah. You see exactly what I'm seeing. It's just like watching him smile and run around, being
Hmm.
47, and think about I was done like in my 30s, and now he's in his 40s, and he's like having fun and just like I don't think people understand the magnitude of just being feeling free. He ain't worrying about money. He ain't worrying about where's he playing next week. He ain't worrying about if I'm got to go anywhere. Just really being able to play football. It almost feels like childlike experience again that you
Hmm.
can have at the end of your career. That's kind of how I felt in Arizona. I was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off because I'm like, hell, this is either my last year. I ain't got to worry about no money. I ain't got to worry about this. Like if it's over, it's over. So I don't gotta sit here and be like, oh, I gotta make it to this game. This is shoot. This is my last game. This is my last game. But I'm going to have fun.
I think it's funny
Absolutely.
because generally when players are at the end of their career, like their wife and kids are like, no, let's retire. I want you to spend time. Like Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that. Like he doesn't have any kids that we know about. Like as far as we know, he's single, stay in the NFL forever. Like he's having fun. Like
He's married.
yeah, but like he doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know
Like
who she is.
he's chilling. Like he's it's different between being married and having a spouse or whoever who can come with you versus like having kids at home and you're missing birthdays and their first steps and whatnot. Like he's not in that place. Like he doesn't have kids that he's missing their sporting events. Like a wife can come along to games. But
Yeah.
I love how much fun he's having. Like I want to rewrite the children's book. Like if you give a mouse a cookie, if you give a quarterback an O-line. Let him cook. Like he's having fun. Let him keep doing it.
Facts, 100%. We'll see if we get that. Uh, that'd be a fun Super Bowl for sure. Let's talk about Broncos Texans. And Amanda, I picked Houston in this game. It was just a gut feeling like maybe the Texans can pull this one out. They've been playing better football of late, and they were scrappy and leading in this game and doing what they needed to. But CJ Stroud leaves with a concussion. So Davis Mills comes in, and even then, the Broncos needed a game-winning field goal at the end. Amanda, what do you think about this game? Two great defenses battling it out, but I'm surprised it was as close as it was with CJ Stroud out.
Um, the Broncos have had a lot of struggles lately. Like you look at their wide per receiver performance, they're not getting out, they're not getting open. I feel like they're hurting a little bit as far as like getting the chemistry going again between Bo Nix and those receivers. I mean, Cortland Sutton, 30 yards. Like I know it was a good
Yeah,
defense, but that's not the Cortland Sutton we're used to. So I think there's some chemistry issues there. The running backs had a great game here. They put up over 100 yards between the two of them against a solid defense. But I just think that they matched up really well. Both teams are great against a poor defense. And I mean, these defenses are both fantastic. I'm glad the Texans showed up in this one. I mean, you and I both agreed it could go either way. Uh,
yeah.
and then I think the tides kind of turned a little bit when Stroud went out. I think Denver should have won by a few more. It concerns me a little bit that the game was as close as it was, missing CJ Stroud.
Well, and that's the thing. At this point in the season, Abe, it can be an ugly win, but as long as you're winning and get that record up where it needs to be, the Broncos are 7-2, despite not playing their best football to this point. It's got to be a good thing.
Yeah, it hasn't like 4 day games came down to the fourth quarter or them coming back from the end. So it's something you got to get used to. I think their characteristic is that now. So we got to stop saying that, oh, they're not a first half team. We're over that. They're going to beat somebody. If they're winning like big in the first half, they're going to win the game. So let's get used to that. This is the fourth quarter team. I've been on teams like that.
What they do.
We didn't worry about the first half like that. Like we might be playing a little flat and everybody gets comfortable and we start balling out in the fourth in the second half. And I think that's what you need, especially in the NFL, because the end of the year, you're going to need those games that you can just pull away from people, especially in the third and fourth quarter. And sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes you get used to playing that way, like, okay, we're doing, all right, let's make it adjustments. Y'all know what we're doing. It's the second half. Let's go play our game. And that sometimes it's just you're a better conditioned team for that. Like just conditioning and things that you do, like on the off season, it shows off in the fourth quarter, third and fourth quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. And the Broncos, again, another team in that AFC West. We'll see who wins that division. And if someone can go on a deep playoff run, the Chiefs are going to be in the mix for sure. So it's going to be interesting here late in the season. Let's talk Jags at Raiders. We don't have to spend much time on this game, but it started out slow. Raiders were up 6-3 at halftime. And Amanda, this game got absolutely wacky and ridiculous. Goes to overtime. The Jags win 30-29 on a failed 2-point conversion attempt by the Raiders. Pete Carroll was like, I'm not tying. We're either winning or losing. And he went home with a loss.
Pete Carroll has taken many games to overtime with a team. He is not the settle for a tie type. Um, I wish the Packers had done that in their tie. Like a tie is so embarrassing. I feel like maybe if there hadn't been a tie yet this season, they might have like, oh, it's fine. But no, they don't
Yeah.
want to be lumped in with the stupid half a stat in the percentage. I mean, I feel like all of us would have gone for two at that point. Like,
Yeah.
Abe, would you have settled for a tie?
Uh, Probably. I'm kind of lazy these years, so let me keep this in hope for something special. You ain't really whooped my ass. I lost the game. That's how
Yeah.
like.
Well, my point is like you have two wins in week
Yeah,
9. Like, do you really care?
Yeah. At
Like,
this point, the
I would
season's
have rather have
over.
the win or the
Yeah.
loss than a tie. Like, we've got two wins. It's not like we're going to the postseason. Like, we're fighting over the number 1 pick right now. Who the fuck cares? Like,
Abe, how about Cam Little breaking the NFL record with a 68-yard field goal? They're making longer and longer kicks. I think he was the guy who hit the 70-yarder in preseason. He's got an
yeah,
unbelievable leg.
yeah. You could have stopped the game after that. I ain't want to see nothing else. That game was horrible. I don't like watching Raiders, man. I don't like watching football. It seems like both teams don't seem like they're organized. And like even scoring as many points as they did, it was good to see an old boy back. I can't remember his name right now. 89, the tight end. Good seeing him back out there.
Right,
But I'm
Bowers?
like, yeah, watching Geno Smith play, it's nah. I don't like I heard it's like going for two. Like this game don't really matter, man. Like come on. Like I was gonna tell you just to pass. Like I didn't even want to talk about it. I was gonna say pass because I didn't want to talk about it. But
it's the new
y'all
NFL record. We got to talk about it for a second.
no, we can talk about the game, but I'm saying I didn't want to talk about the game. Like I don't
Oh,
like
that's
I'm
fair.
like, dude, we could pass on this game. Like we don't give a damn about either one of these teams like that. But no, the kick, yes. After the kick, I saw the kick. I was like, that's a beautiful kick. Beautiful kick. That boy there has a good foot. But everything else, nah. The football game was not interesting to me like that.
It's crazy to me that he was drafted last year. This is his second season. Like, what is his record going to be by the time he's out of the league? Like 72? Like, he's still
Yeah,
developing as a kicker. That's crazy. He's
yeah,
22 years old.
that's incredible. What a kick. That's awesome. But Abe, I got to ask you one other thing about this game. So Jacoby Myers post game gets traded from the Raiders to the Jags. I know this has never happened to you, but can you imagine playing a team and then immediately getting traded to them?
I wouldn't care as long as I'm getting paid. I mean, at the end of the day, man, y'all understand this is a job. But I know it's like it's sensitive sometimes because of, you live at a place a certain line. I mean, man, I was so ready to get out of New York, bro. It was just like, man, please get me out. Like that whole year, that my whole last year there. But that's when I started seeing it more like a business, like because I was like, dude, like I understand, it was so personal at one point. But if I was him, I was like, cool, man, I can fly back with y'all. Like, shit, we ain't even got to do all this. Let me go run to the house real quick. Give me like 30 minutes. I'll be right back. And I'm jumping on the plane with y'all. I'll get all that. I'll get my people to do that right there. I'm leaving with y'all. I'm ready to go home. Like, it is what it is. I'm trying to tell you, I'd have been out.
Alex, I know you don't follow baseball as closely, but this year, Sir Anthony Dominguez was traded between doubleheaders on the same day. He was on this team, and then in the afternoon, he pitched for this team. Like it
That's
happens. It's
awesome.
crazy. Like it's worse in baseball because they trade players so much more often than the NFL. But what a crazy experience to do that. I will say I am surprised Brock Bowers is still a Raider. I would have thought Green Bay would have made an awesome trade offer for him. And Green Bay did nothing because we've already made our two big moves of the season. That's it.
He's by far their best player. They've got like three guys on that roster that are the foundation. Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, and Max Crosby. Everyone else can go. You know, they're
Jacoby Myers would have been number four there too.
yeah,
Like,
but now he's in Jacksonville and with Travis Hunter on IR, that's a nice replacement. Then when Hunter gets back, now the Jags will have three receivers. Got Parker Washington. They got some depth. So maybe Jacksonville can get going later in the season. Real quick, the Saints and the Rams. We don't have to spend much time on this one. The Rams, 34-10 blowout win over Tyler Shuck and the Saints. Abe, the Saints trade wide receiver Rashid Shaheed to the Seahawks. Man, Seattle's getting quite a receiver room. They got JSN, they got Cooper Kupp. Now you got Rashid Shaheed. Seattle might be up to something here.
Well, I think the Saints are just giving up on the season. I don't think it's really nothing amazing that Seattle does. I mean, all you had to do is just make a phone call. Hey, we need somebody. All right, cool. Like think about it. They leaving Shaw in or whatever, and Shaw is. I don't want to talk bad about nobody today. Pass. Pass. I don't want to talk about the man. Y'all can talk about it. Amanda, you can
well,
talk about
I don't think we're gonna play smash or pass with
it.
the Seahawks move. I do like the receiver room. I like that Darnold is playing well for them. Still not enough to talk about.
Well, I'm surprised Alvin Kamara didn't get traded. They traded away Rashid Shaheed, Trevor Penning. But I mean, Alvin Kamara, he could have been a nice piece for the Steelers or somebody, but whatever. He's going to be a lifelong Saint.
Yeah,
Um,
I think he's content there. I mean, he's 30 years old. I think that's his home. I don't think he's interested in a trade.
yeah, yeah, he's just going to be a lifelong Saint. Amanda, let's talk about the Chiefs and the Bills. A great matchup, the 10th meeting all time between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. And Josh Allen outplays Mahomes, and he just, let's call it for what it is. He's got five straight against Mahomes in the regular season. He looks like the better quarterback right now. The big question is, can they get it done in the playoffs? We know there's going to be likely a rematch of these
Yeah.
two later.
There's no way both of these teams make it to the postseason and they don't match up at some point. The cookie
Yeah.
will always crumble that way. Coming into this week, I said I thought the Chiefs would win, and squeak one out, but the vibes were off. And even you texted me like I was changing my pick in the document. You're like,
I
hey, are you
knew
switching? I'm like, yeah. I
it.
can't pull for the Chiefs to win to be right about a pick after Green Bay lost. Absolutely not. I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're playing so well right now. The Bills look really good. I mean, Josh Allen was super mobile. He's playing really well, almost 300 yards. James Cook is going on the ground. I know you like to say let James cook. Like,
Yeah.
but they seem to be checking all the boxes right now. My issue is I don't trust them yet in the postseason. I need to see how the second half of the season shapes up. Because we've seen some questionable game plans from the Bills so far this season, and there isn't time for that left on their schedule. So as long as they keep playing like they did against the Chiefs in this one for the rest of the season, I will have faith in them and continue with, they're my Super Bowl pick.
Man,
But
the Bills just seem like maybe one piece away. And there
but
was
they've been one
rumors.
piece away for 3 years.
Well, there was rumors about them trading for Debo Samuel or Von Miller or something. Somebody. I would have loved to see them make a move at the deadline.
My thing is I want to see I wish all the conversations about players and trades were public. So we could see like, hey, they did try to get this person. They
Yeah,
were asking too much. I would love just like a Reddit board of like, hey, would like where you could like just like see the proposed trades and like
that would
decline.
be very
Like
cool.
I would love that as a fan, just like, hey, we will give you X, Y, and Z for Debo. No. Like, okay, well
Yeah,
they tried.
yeah. Abe, what do you think? The can the Bills finally get over that hump and get to a Super Bowl? Maybe this is the year. Josh Allen is continuing to do his thing.
First of all, I love what Amanda said about that situation, but the gambling thing would be crazy on that.
Oh yeah.
You have
Yeah.
people trade, people would be like parlaying like hell. Like I
Oh,
guarantee
that's
they're gonna
true.
trade him. Man, so many people go broke trying to do that. That would be amazing to watch. So I think both of these are two of the best teams in the league. Kansas City has been the best for so long, and it's crazy because last week everybody was saying they're the Super Bowl contenders again, and then they come to Buffalo and lose, and now it's like, okay, well, we still think they're good enough to be the best team, and da da da. So it's like this has been one of these games that we just have to be patient to the playoffs. Like this is really like this year has been the most patient that we had to be as fans, had to be as commentators, had to be as podcasters because we actually don't effing know. Like, because they stunk it up and like if you saw how they played in Atlanta and then you
Yeah.
see come to Kansas City and just walk around like they, you know what I mean? So it's just like this NFL season is weird as hell to me. But one thing I can say, if they still had Diggs, like thinking about it now, like I know it's not like, see, I'm going way back, but he's playing well in New England. But think if they had that deep threat still in Diggs or that receiver, because Coleman is not like I think I've seen somebody talking about. Coleman has not been a number one type guy like we thought he
Yeah,
was
I
going to
know.
break out.
Yeah.
He's not been that at all. It's like what is he's not receptive to some things, or you got to understand what's going on. You got to get open. You need to do your routes. Like you're having a good time, and people love you on the camera because they think you're very goofy and corny. But dude, it's time for you to. We need you to get you in your diva mode. Like it's time to be a diva, and I don't like being rude because think about it. We don't want another Juju.
Yeah.
Juju was out here doing all this shit, and then next thing you know, Juju may end up being sheesh. So I'm like you got to buckle down. Like come deep, hey man, give me the ball, do something. Like get a little aggressive out there, bro. We want to see that little. What are you here
Well,
for?
Abe, for two teams that are, Super Bowl contenders, I would have loved to see either of these teams make a move. And the Chiefs offered a trade for Brees Hall, and the Jets turned him down. They were rumored to Alvin Kamara. Imagine if the Chiefs had gone and gotten a running back. And I just feel
How
like
can you?
the Chiefs are also one piece away.
Hold on. How can you be a Super Bowl contender if you've never been to one?
Who, the Bills? The Bills
Yeah,
have been a
no,
contender
I'm
for
just
a
asking a
while,
He
though.
question.
means
I'm
he
just
means
asking a
Josh
question.
Allen.
No, I'm saying how can you be a Super Bowl contender if you've never been to? I'm throwing some
You can
BS
be a
in here.
contender
I'm
if
being
you're in the top
I'm
ranked
being an
teams
a
of the
hole. So
season.
pretty much every team right now is Super Bowl contenders. So you can't.
Well,
I don't like. Now I can understand Kansas City because they've been to Super Bowls. But you saying how you a contender if you ain't never been to a Super Bowl? I'm just
well,
asking. I'm
I know
asking.
I know you like the Ravens. Are the Ravens Super Bowl contenders?
Not at all. How
Okay.
can they be?
All
How can they be contenders right now? They ain't been to the Super Bowl. Now, if you
right.
who was there last year? Kansas City was there last year, so they contended last year. So now you're telling me every team is a possible contender until their season or whatever their record will take them out of being a contender. But everybody's a contender right now, so don't use that.
Okay.
So the Bills
Um,
have done the same thing that the Packers have done for a few years, where like they have a glaring need at wide receiver and they're not making big trades. They're not bringing in the big names since their big names
Yeah.
left. Like Devontae Adams, since he's been gone, we've drafted players and we have a bunch of young rookies and we're just kind of wide receiver by committee. We don't have an obvious wide receiver one who stayed healthy for a season. Christian Watson would be, but and they've done the same thing. Like, I don't, the fact that they haven't made any big moves to bring in another Diggs, to bring in another big wide receiver, obvious number one, pisses me off. Like, the fact that both of my teams, I'm like, do something in free agency, bring in that number one target, and they just don't. Like, why
Yeah.
did I pick these two teams to like? Like, what is wrong with me?
I
Well,
know why you like them because they're Green Bay East.
they are.
It's the same thing.
Cold weather. The fans are fanatics, but very friendly. They're absolutely insane. If I wasn't a Packers fan, I would be a Bills fan. Like breaking tables, fuck yeah.
We got to go to a Bills playoff
Oh
game.
my
I think that
God.
atmosphere would be awesome.
I would love to go to Green Bay at Buffalo.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, Sunday night football, the
Wait,
Seahawks.
Abe, what was that face?
No, I said cold. Oh, I thought it was cold. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay.
Yeah, that.
Seahawks Commanders on Sunday Night Football. I picked Washington, and I couldn't have been more wrong as Seattle jumps out to a 28-0 lead and wins comfortably 38-14. Amanda, we've been talking about the Seahawks, and they seem to be putting it all together. Sam Darnold's playing well. Kenneth Walker, Jackson Smith, and Jigba looks like the best receiver in the league. Rookie Torrey Horton looked good in this game. They've got Jimmy Graham, aka AJ Barner, and now they're bringing in Rashid Shaheed. I mean, that's a lot of talent over there.
It does seem like they're trying to do something. I don't know if I'm prepared to live in Washington and deal with cocky Seattle fans who suddenly go out and buy jerseys out because their team makes it to the postseason. Seattle fans are freaking obnoxious. After games, like you'll be in a Walmart, like we're an hour and a half from Seattle, and you'll just hear like "See Hawks" from across the store. They're fucking insane. I cannot stand happy Seattle fans. They're insane. But I mean, they're doing all the right things. They've brought in the right people. Their drafts have been fantastic. All of their rookies are performing for them. They're keeping their players healthy. We haven't had any major injuries for this team. If you look at how many star players and starters have dropped for the season in the past 2 weeks alone. Like Seattle is doing the right things. They're conditioned. They're not risking injuries. They're playing conservatively, but they're pulling off wins.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of that. And Abe, on the opposite side of that, man, the Commanders can't buy, good luck at all. Injuries like crazy. Jaden Daniels goes down. Luke McCaffrey, Marshawn Lattimore, Terry McLaurin was hurt. Uh, Man, this Commanders team was so much fun last year, and this year it just seems to be a bunch of bad luck, you know?
No, they just old. Like their whole team, like they got Ertz up there, they got Debo, and the names they got now have already peaked. Like
Yeah,
you went and got guys that were good guys, like they were all pro guys at one time, but then you're trying to get a young quarterback, which I'm sorry he's hurt. You're trying to get a young quarterback and try to like just build everybody around. But like, look, they're old. Like the guys and the big names they have there, we still gonna like, oh my God, they have them, but they're old. Like, and I don't mean like in the age of like they're 40 or 50. I mean, but watch Wagner, he's not the same Wagner. You see Debo,
yeah.
he's not the same Debo. He's not
Von
he's not
Miller.
giving you he's not giving you like 200 yards all purpose. Ertz is just dropping balls and looking all weird. He's looking old out there. He just be looking lost sometimes. So and then you want these guys to run your young guys. But I'm like, it's just, and I'm not trying to like knock. I played I was 35, 36 years old. So you definitely can do it. But if you look and you're not at your prime at that age, or if you're not making the team better, because if you have a great team all around and you just throw some old guys here and there, which they try to do, but it's not working. Like, like people falling apart. I'm just being
Yeah,
real.
kind of like flawed roster construction a little bit, right, Amanda?
Yeah, you
Yeah, and
got
then
some
you look at who's left in the game with all the youngins injured. It's all their veterans. Like Zach Ertz is 3 years past his prime. Debo Samuel, I'm not going to repeat what Abe said about him in our group chat, but like he's looking slow, he's looking tired. Like I just like they're the oldest team in the NFL by roster, and now all their young players injured, I'm sure that gap just got so much bigger. Like I don't trust them. I hate the fact that they were down 31 points with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter and Jaden Daniels was still in the game. You
Yeah,
are not
that
coming
was
back
like,
from a 30-point deficit. He went full Dan Campbell with the Sam Laporta injury when they were having a blowout. I mean, the blowout was going the other way, but still, like, pull out your starting star young quarterback in the game with 7 minutes left, down 5 scores. That was it.
yeah, he
That
was
was
coming off
ridiculous.
of injury already. So yeah,
I
that
was
was stupid,
mad.
and is eerily similar to the RG3 injury.
There's
That's
so
stupid.
many parallels. Same
Yeah,
opponent, same week. It's creepy.
not good. So bad vibes in Washington. See where that goes. Let's go to Monday Night Football. The Cardinals at the Cowboys. Cardinals jump out to a 24-7 lead and win 27-17. And the big news here, Abe, is Jacoby Brissett has been named the starter going forward. Kyler Murray's healthy, but moved to the bench. What do you
Good.
think of that move? That's a pretty startling move by the Cardinals.
No.
I've been saying this the last few weeks that I like Jacoby. I guess you don't read my like
I
messages.
read it,
I
but
put
We just need you to say it
but,
for the
Jacoby.
podcast, Abe. We
but
we
1
listen.
year ago,
I put
Kyler Murray getting benched, that's crazy.
It's not
I don't.
crazy.
Yeah, go ahead, Amanda. You can take it.
Play better. If you come into the game as the starter and you play like shit, we put your backup in. He
He
plays better
outplays
than
you.
you multiple times. Sit the fuck down and let the backup play.
Hey, Murray's getting paid a lot of money though.
And clearly not
Hey,
helping him play better.
that's true. It it's going to be interesting what happens to Kyler Murray, like because he's going to get another opportunity to start somewhere. But yeah, I think I agree though. I agree. It's the right decision. Jacoby Brissett's playing better. The offense is playing better. That was a big win over the Cowboys. Abe's doing sign language. Abe, what's wrong with the Cowboys? Why are they so bad?
They're the Cowboys, and I've never really been like a Cowboys hater till this year. Like I get it now because you have so many Cowboy fans that swear they're just great. They win. If they win next game, they're going to the Super Bowl. Cowboy fans are aggravating. They're very
Every week
irritating.
for the entire life.
The entire yes, I've never was a Cowboys fan. I never got it, because when I was younger, Cowboys were actually good. They had Emmitt Smith and they had stuff that you were like, oh snap, they're cool. Like, they had a star on the helmet. I remember going to my first little like game. I think I was 18, 19, 20. No, I was like 21. I was just getting drafted. And I went to see Dion, and I'm in the locker room. I'm like, man, I do not want to see nobody famous dick because I don't want to keep that memory. So I'm like, yeah, it's after the game, and I'm like, I'm walking in the locker room. I'm like, man, can they get dressed first? Like, I'm really uncomfortable now. I know I've been in the locker room before, but it's like these are like people that I knew for my whole life. I don't want to see any of y'all naked.
Yeah.
I met Dion. That's in Troy Hambrick. He was playing there. I'm not Troy. I'm sorry. His brother Darren was playing there, so me and him played at Gamecock. So I went in, and it was a great experience. And I understand like why people love the Cowboys so much because it's more like with them, it's an experience. Just like Green Bay, it's an experience. Like when you go to New England, it's an experience that you get that even from a child or even from a grown up, when you get in that environment, you see how people feel. You see statues of like legendary people. Like even if you don't know the person, you just looking at a statue like, who is Lambeau? Oh, it's like you go into certain things, like going into Dallas, seeing Emmitt Smith statues and like all this stuff that you get when you come to certain venues is the reason why I understand why the fans are so up. But the Cowboys, I don't get because they have great players. They do great things. And it's just like sometimes I feel like even me in Atlanta, it's just the city you in, bro. Like being in Dallas, it's just like it's hard to be good because there's so much stuff outside of football that you can get into. Like Atlanta, I'm like, man, until they move that stadium to somewhere way out, and these people have to be football players. Yeah, people it's just tough. But Dallas, I don't know because they played so bad this game too. And it's like you're going against the Cardinals, which don't have an exceptional defense. But Calais Campbell looked like he was 21 again out there
Yeah.
doing moves and stuff. And I love Calais. He like we played together, and I love him to death. But I'm like at Dallas, what does it take to get y'all up for a game? Does it have to be like a team that you can beat, or because
Green Bay.
somebody's 500 or lower, we're good. But if somebody's like even close to being like here, can we not? If they got the same record as us, are they better than us? Or is their defense? I'm like looking like no, like the offensive line is non-existent. I don't know any of the offensive line name, and I'm saying that not to say that they don't have good players, but they don't. You don't have like what I'm used to hearing like. You got Nick Newton. You got you like these names pop out of the screen when you used to like. Now you don't hear that with the Cowboys. They don't have the hogs. They don't have the big guys up front that we can like clap on. They don't have this like strange kid that just huge as hell from nowhere. Nobody never heard of him. He's like 7 foot tall and he's blocking everybody. Like that is what they're kind of missing. Like they don't have that flash. Like the players come there and automatically they feel like I'm a Cowboys. I'm I'm a star, but they don't really become stars.
Well, Amanda, what pissed me off is twice in this game, the opening drive, they go down to the Cardinals' 4 yard line, and instead of taking the lead with a chip shot field goal, it's a turnover on downs. late in the game, you're down 3 scores. If you kick a field goal, suddenly it's a 2 possession game. And instead they go for it. Another turnover on downs. I don't understand the ultra aggressive for no reason.
Yeah, and then they ended up losing the game by 10 points. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like your mindset gets so messed up when you're down multiple scores when you have had opportunities to score. I'm fully with you. It's the beginning of the game. Like I get going for it, but take the points when they're there. A 3 point lead
yeah.
might be the game winner. But if you look at the stats of this game, like watching the game, I didn't feel like they were both sacked 5 times. They were both sacked 5 times for a loss of 40 yards each. The stats in this game are identical. One first down different. Like third down efficiency was about the same. Total yards, they were 7 yards apart. Everything is the same in this game except for penalties. Dallas. Dallas won that one by quite a lot. And then, I mean, their special teams, Dallas special teams showed up to play. And I have never agreed with anything Joe Buck has said ever because I can't stand him. And I feel
Mhm.
like he does every Packers game, and it's a soft spot for me. I'm not a fan. But before the game, he said every week Dallas's offense plays like they're a Super Bowl caliber team, and every week their defense plays like they're fighting over the number one pick. And I mean, that was accurate in this one, but Arizona's defense showed up to play today. I feel like they took this game so much more seriously. Like Calais Campbell I mean, he looked like he was in his second year again. He was
Yeah.
firing on all cylinders. They looked fantastic. The defense was fantastic in this one, and they held Dallas's offense back, which is the first time Dallas has really had that. Like they've been averaging 30 points a game coming into this one.
Well, Abe, I think what helps Calais Campbell and Josh Sweat is to get that rookie finally on the field, Walter Nolan, who was a beast, for his debut, and he was making plays. But I gotta run this by you. How about how about these trades that Dallas made? They know their defense is bad, and they're trying to fix it at least. They trade with the Bengals for linebacker Logan Wilson, and they trade with the Jets for defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. Now you got Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark at the defensive tackle. That defense has got to get better, right? I like those trades.
No, Quentin was a great trade. Shit. I was surprised he knew who I was. I came to one of the little training camps. He walked up to me like, "Oh shit, you Abe, man!
Right.
I used to watch you. He gave me a hug and everything. I was just like, yes, I always wish him well, man. Especially it's just like leaving New York. It's not they never stick to their great players. They're players that can be like, I mean, Reeves was there for a long time. Sean Ellis was there for a long time. But it seems like every time they like let a player go, like, they let Vilma go, they let me go. They always seem to let the like deep like I don't know if they just don't like defensive players. Like you let two of your and this is what I'll put like this. I'm glad that they're giving Aaron Glenn confidence now because he ain't getting fired now. I don't give a damn what y'all say. You can't like just fire him now. You just got rid of two of your greatest players, and you got to understand the coaches have something to do with that too. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
we can get rid of Sauce. I think I'll be okay without him. So they telling him like, look, we giving you tools for the next 3 years, so you're gonna be here a couple more years at least, unless you just really tank it. So
Mhm.
me in my eyes, it's like telling him, like, look, we're locked in. So we told you we was gonna do this. We got rid of those guys. We want to give you your players that you want now, so you can't like BS about like this, and this. So for me, it was a good trade, but it was kind of like, dang, I kind of like seeing those guys when I came around. Like Sauce and him were like two staples when it came to Jets team, but like I don't know if they're really trying to win the rest of the year now because they might have 18 picks in the first round. I was a part of a 4 first round, first rounders, and we played pretty well for our careers. But Quentin would be good. Think about it. The first thing that Quentin is going to do. The first thing he's going to be happy about when he get there to Dallas, he get that first check and see that no state tax. He will be like, "Woo!" That's the first thing. I'm like, "Shoot, I'm going to Texas, no state tax, hell yeah!" Because New York be chopping New York about 51% up there. So all those big deals you see him getting. So I know he's gonna have a huge place down there. I'm gonna have to call him like, look, bro, I'm coming over just for the weekend because I know he's gonna have something in Texas. He's a Southern boy like me, so I know he's gonna love it down there.
Oh yeah.
I bet Rashid is feeling the same way going to Seattle too. He's like, "Oh, no state tax here. Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda, are you seeing Jerry Jones' vision for this defense, bringing in Now he's got two stud defensive tackles. You bring in a middle linebacker like Logan Wilson. He's building something.
I
What do you think?
actually, I think someone needs to do a wellness check on Jerry because this is a very anti-Jerry move.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones making good decisions that actually benefit the team is concerning to me because that's not Jerry Jones. I think maybe he's been body snatched. There's something going on. Someone should go check in on him, make sure he's okay.
Mhm.
Maybe he's got dementia and it's just helping the team for once instead of hurting it. Um, but I mean, no, it's a great move. I think it's gonna just bolster the team. It's a fantastic move, but very unusual for them to do something beneficial to the team. Alex, as
Yes.
part of the NFC North, there is a player who has been medically cleared to come back into the league. There are four potential landing spots. I know he's talking to three of the teams. Why are three of them in the NFC North?
Well, we all need corners, right? I mean,
Asante Samuel Jr. has been cleared after next spinal injury. He had neck surgery in April to come back into the league. He is good to go. The Packers want him, the Vikings want him, the Lions want him, the Steelers want him, and the Saints want him. Why is it
yeah.
going to be the whole NFC North? Can you guys just like let us have him?
Well, you didn't say the Bears. I hope the Bears are in the mix too. Come on
I,
now.
I haven't seen them as one of the teams he's talked to, but
Well, we
again,
better get
I'm
on
not
the
on the
phone.
message boards with potential like signings, which I would absolutely love, but I haven't heard the Bears. You guys could use him, yeah, but I haven't seen you in the conversation.
Whoever gets him is getting a great player. I mean, I loved him with the Chargers. He had a great playoff game, picking off Trevor Lawrence like crazy. Abe, I mean, I'm glad to see him medically cleared after that spinal injury, getting back in the league, and I'm excited to see where he lands.
Yeah, it's crazy how football changes. You go from loving it as a sport and just want to play it. You go to college and you just want to like get a degree. You want to get a degree. You want to play. You want to get better. Then you get to the league. You have to see the business side of it. Just the real business side. You want to be an All Pro. You want to be Pro Bowl. You want to do all this. Then it's like, dang, I'm totally out. I just want to get on a team. And
Yeah,
it's just all these characteristics of the NFL that people don't get to see. And I think, well, they see it more now because of, podcasts of things like this, and you get to talk to athletes. But what he's probably going through mentally, but he does have a father that probably schooled him on it really good. But it's just like, I would hate to be him right now. Like, it's an exciting thing, but it's so tough because, like, what team can I pick? Am I choosing the right team? If I go to
yeah.
this team, sometimes it's about the money, sometimes it's about comfortability. Like, you can say all this and it sounds good to us. Still, you got like four teams winning. I'm sitting here thinking, like, I would be so effing nervous. Like, because might be my rest career. I go here and they got me playing out the wrong position. Or if I go here and there's actually a guy better than me here and I might not get the check I want. Or if I go here and I get paid, but I only play 1 year, it's like it just had my mind all scattered when Amanda started saying, I'm like, dude, I would be so effed in the head. Because I remember my last year when I got cut from the Falcons, like just got cut, signed a 3 year deal, and I got cut, and it was just like nobody wanted me. And I'm like, dude, like they wondering why a 35-year-old guy who had 10 sacks and 6 caused fumbles, why this team don't want him. And I'm looking like, y'all F me all in the booty hole. Y'all just F me so bad. And I'm like, y'all could leave. And I know, the thing is, they won't be like, oh, he's still good. We just didn't want him. They won't say that. They just won't tell anything. And what's wrong with him? Why y'all want? Oh, he probably got a drinking problem. Oh, he got this, or he got this. Oh, well, he's just getting older, and we want to like let him go now. So why'd you sign to another 3 year deal? Like, so all this stuff is like going through my head when I heard what the manager. I'm like, man, it's got to be a tough because it seems like it's happy because you're cleared and everything. Now it's like, oh man, I can't get hurt. I want to get another. It's like all this stuff that you don't understand is going on. So I know how I feel, and it's not because Arizona was kind of like when they called, because I went to see a couple teams when Arizona called, it was like they like just bring a bag, and I was like bring a bag. I'm like, what you mean? They like you signing here, like, and I was like, what? Like they told me before I got on the plane, like Arizona's going to sign, and I think it was I think my agent had a good rapport with Todd Bowles, and they was like, look, they just want to play. And I think that's what happened. I think that's really the reason why I got there. I don't think it was anything about they really needed me or anything because we had like three guys in front of me playing. And I'm like 35 at the time. All these guys are in their 20s. And so three guys had to get hurt before I even got to start. So that was just like a magic thing. So I'm sorry, I just went on a whole new rant about nothing. But it's
No,
just
it's
like,
cool. That's
That's
why we need
awesome.
him on the show for insight like
Yeah,
that. I mean,
we
that's
we love your
awesome.
insight. Like it
Yeah.
adds so much depth to the podcast because we're just talking out of our asses. Like my firsthand experience at NFL games, like what? No.
Yeah.
Um, I would just like to circle back. can I make my case for why he should go to Green Bay?
I honestly think he should go to Green Bay. I
He
think that's
should
the
go to
best
Green Bay.
fit.
We've got Keyshawn Nixon as our number one cornerback. He's playing great. Carrington Valentine, who has been inconsistent and a mess this
Yeah.
season. Nate Hobbs, who just sprained his MCL and he's going to miss 2 to 4 weeks. And we have Bo Melton, who's a fucking wide receiver that we converted into a cornerback because we didn't have anyone else.
Yeah.
Enough said, gavel drops. Like that's mic drop. Like that's all we needed. Like we've got a wide receiver playing cornerback. Like
All right, lastly, let's get out of here on this. Week 10 Thursday night football. The 2-6 Raiders at the 7-2 Broncos. Amanda, are you picking the Raiders?
no.
Going with Denver. Abe, how about you? I know you're feeling the Raiders here.
No, come on, man. Y'all go ahead, man. Y'all stop bringing me in this trash. I ain't talking about.
Everybody's picking Denver. It's going to be
Yeah,
a
we're all
blowout. It's
picking
going to be
Denver.
ugly. Can't wait.
Yep. All right. Well, great episode as always. AAA kills it every single week. If you're not subscribed, you're missing out. And don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. And peace out.